Hey, people, what's going on? I know you haven't seen me for a few days, but I wanted to go ahead and do a live to let you know that the grand opening is still happening. But I had to do a lot of running around. I'm still doing some running around. Today's the last day I have to like prepare to do that. So I want to tell you, those of you who are attending the grand opening, right? You're going to want to, and you're coming with kids. I think tomorrow could be low tide, a low tide day. Pack for a beach day out. Okay. So, you're going to want to take your bathing suits, your children's toys, probably a beach towel, whatnot, any toys that they need. If you have kites, bring that. um, yeah, so plan for a beach day out, okay? So don't say, Renee didn't say you could go to the beach. It's a beachfront property. There is a very nice beach there. If it's low tide, you're gonna have a lot of fun out there. So just pack for that. There will be a bounce house. I'm gonna go and see if I can find that today, depending on the cost of it. I want to have a bounce house for the children. So yeah, so I just made a little list for myself so I didn't forget anything. So bring your bathing suits and beach toys. RSVP. I already put it in the comment section of this chat, but I'm gonna put it here again. Okay. That is your RSVP. Mambo Ines, how are you? Thank you. Caribou. Yes, and there are a lot of you who have flown in for this. I am so impressed and excited. I can't wait to see you all. So those of you who are coming, RSVP, remember this is Juneteenth. This is a Juneteenth celebration. It's a place to bring your children. It's like having a barbecue, but we're doing the grand opening of the Exodus house. I do not think I will be opening the house to visitors, mainly because we have families with children inside the house. And, it would probably make me feel, a little weird to have people walking in and out of the house where I'm staying. So I don't think that's a good idea, but we have a lot outside the house to see and do. I'm trying to create more space and more things. So the location is Ras Kilimoni. Okay, it's Ras Kilimoni in Bahari Beach. You can find it on a map. Unfortunately, we do not have the Exodus house on a map. The closest landmark is Jambo Supermarket in Bahari Beach. Okay, why one of my eyes look like that? Anyway, um, let's see. Bring a dish to share, bring a dish, a toy, games for people to play. I have a couple of tables and chairs that we can play some dominoes if you have some of that. And the raffle tickets. Okay, so it's not too late to buy the raffle ticket. I am going to prepare the raffle um, tomorrow. I'm going to prepare it at about maybe, while the grand opening is happening, to give other people the chance to get in. So I'm going to do the drawing at about 5 p.m. So this is not to say wait until 5 p.m. to buy your raffle tickets, because I have to sit there and purchase and write down all the information to put it into the bag that I'm going to pull from, right? Hey, thank you, Inez. Okay, so I'll hope to see you then too. And I have a couple of things that I did at the Exodus house that I wanted to share. So while today is really the first day that I'm like preparing, right? I put an order in for the caterers. I put an order in. I've got some tables and chairs, but I haven't really like you know really like plan because I had so much going on. So today is the day that I'm going to be out in the street, getting everything that I need. putting everything together. So if y'all wanted to go ahead and make any donations, now would be the time. I appreciate all of those of you who have. Those of you who have shared in your generosity, I cannot thank you enough. And for those of you who cannot come, who have donated from the very beginning, I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate your your participation and involvement, and you are now a part of this story. You know, single mother comes, hey Sophia, Mambo. Yeah, single mother comes to Africa with a 4-year-old child and builds a house for repatriation. You know, it sounds good. It rolls off the tongue nicely, but I got a lot of help and I got a lot of support. A lot of it was me, but the size of this house needed a lot of help. The size of the house, if I needed ironworks, I needed more ironworks than you can imagine. I needed, you know, I needed more flat bars. I needed more this. If I needed windows, I needed huge windows. So you're not going to appreciate the scale and size of the house until you get here and you see how massive it is. And so that's why, you know, like the fundraising was such a huge, huge, huge part of it. So while raising funds and purchasing materials, and then the fundi, and then Jackson helping to oversee everything. And then, you know, I had dates for when everything was supposed to be finished. And, you know, I had a target date of 6 months. And that house told me to sit myself down somewhere because it is a huge, huge house. If I needed, you know, to repair the toilet work, the toilet, the sanitary ware, I needed to get more, and I needed to get more materials that go along with it just to do the plumbing. So, you know, I can't even begin to tell you how much I'm thankful for those of you who came on board early onto this project. The founders, they're people who donated generously. Those are the people who gave me the seed and the energy to keep going. Even though some people had a small amount, it was something to say, Renee, keep going. We like this idea. We like that there is a place for us to gather and be. And I can't, you know, and those of you come, you've seen the project, you've stayed there, you've slept there, you know, I appreciate you so much because you could have gone to an Airbnb for cheaper. Yes, there are cheaper places out there, but they don't have the same kind of amenities. They don't have the same level of comfort. They don't have the same level of cleanliness. They don't have the same kind of safety, or they don't have the same features that you're right out on the beach. So those of you who have consciously made a decision to even say, okay, I'm going to stay with Renee for a week, and then I'm going to go somewhere else. That's appreciated because all of that, the reservations, the raffle tickets, the donations, all of that helps to keep the machine going, right? So at the site, I have like four guards, you know, and I have the gardeners, and it's a huge undertaking. And for me to pay those men monthly, for me to, you know, and they're depending on they're depending on me to feed their families, to take care of their children. So those of you who have supported this project from the beginning and even now during and making the reservations, you're the ones who keep this going. What? Wow. Kensia says she just watched a video of Airbnb paying 50 million to hide the bad press, from dead bodies to rapes. Of course, Airbnb not an option for me. Okay, so I'm not gonna bash Airbnb. Okay, but I'm going to tell you about I've had negative experiences with Airbnb where I've made the Airbnb booking, and then when I get there, they're telling they cancel it after I got on the plane and get off the plane. And then I've had, I feel like sometimes they cancel your booking when they see you're a black person or you're a black woman, and I've just had I've had some issues with Airbnb in the past. Whereas, okay, I paid a booking $900 and I'm traveling with my kid and I'm expecting to stay in this place, and then they cancel the booking and they don't give you back the money. They say you're a no-show, and I mean, I have to text Airbnb. I had to publicly shame them. So yeah, it's a thing that it's a thing. There's a lot of bad press and a lot of publicity, and for me, this house is just like, okay, no drama. It's just a house where people can come and relax, and they know the towels are going to be clean and the bed sheets are going to be clean, and they're not going to pick up something, and that nothing weird is going to happen, and the standard is similar to what you've left at home, because I know a lot of you take the plane and come all the way over here, and you're leaving your nice houses, you're leaving your comfort zone, you're leaving the things that are familiar to you and the things that are beautiful and attractive to you. And so I put the work into the house so that it will be memorable for you. So you at least feel like you're at a standard of what you left behind. So you can see how you can ease into Africa, because everything, all the decor, all of the plants, all of the pots, I didn't come with those in my suitcase. I got those here. So you can find those things out here in Tanzania, right? So if you come and you come through the Exodus house, you have ideas of, okay, so I can make my home here beautiful. I can, make my home here comfortable, because everything that I have is here. It comes from here, right? So thank you, Kensia. Yes. So I mean, there are cheaper places, but it depends on what you want, right? Um, but like Jojo, um, for me, I want Jojo to have a space and a place where she's comfortable and where she feels like she belongs. And there, when I just came here, I thought I was being slick. I stayed at the villa, and then I went and I looked for a cheaper place, and the villa manager said, "You're not gonna like it," and I'm like, "I like the price." So, so I packed up all of my stuff. I shoved all my stuff into the van, and I went down to get to stay at this really cheap place. And I got out of the van, but I wouldn't take Jojo out of the van. I went in and I was like, this is beyond broke down, beyond not being cared for, beyond anything. And I wouldn't take her there, because I wanted her to be free. I came all the way from the US with Jojo for her to feel free, for her to feel like, oh, I can go outside and play. I can go outside and chase a butterfly. And I didn't feel like that at that place. So I turned right around and I went back to the hotel, and I was like, you were right, sir. And he's like, I know I was right. I could look at you and tell you wouldn't be happy there, But like for me, I'm a Jamaican. Jamaican people like to say we're soldier, right? I can sleep anywhere and I could be happy. But Princess Jojo, no, no, sir. Jojo, Jojo has to have a good image of Africa in her mind, so that when she recalls that coming to Africa, she recalls that it was a good experience. And that's why I put the work behind the house. You know, I want you to recall it as a good experience. I want your children to recall it as a good experience. We had a family with a 12, I think a 12-year-old and an almost 16-year-old boy this week. And, you know, if they found it comfortable, they found it like, oh, wow, this is the Africa mama talking about. That's what I want. I'm selling the dream. So it would be okay to just put, you know, shorten. If I made the window smaller, thank you, Sophia. I got it. I got it. Yes. So I could have made the windows much smaller, and I could, you know, and it would be cheaper. And I could have, you know, and I could have skimped here and cut there and not pay the price to do this and not thought about that. And like, it's just going to be some people there. It's not my house, you know, but I don't think that was the mission. I think the mission was to sell Africa, sell Tanzania, hold it up as a standard for what people will see when they come to Africa. I want to counteract the ideas people have in their head of, you know, thatched roof, we chase lions, we live in huts. And that's why I started this channel. I wanted people to see the Africa that I know existed, even though I've never been here. I knew it was here. You know, I wanted people to have something to hold in their mind to say, this is Africa, and I can show this to my mama. I can show this to my aunt, my auntie. I could show this to the older generation, the younger generation. This is the Africa that I want to repatriate to. And no one can tell you that you're lying because you can see it, right? That's why I started the channel, because I want to counteract that negative view of Africa, right? Yes. No, Joe, no, I don't have the Telegram app. Thank you. No, I don't have Telegram yet. But yeah, so that's why I do it, and that's why I want people to um what I want people to see. So that's why I spent the time on the ground. That's why I spent time, you know, I had to buy everything in that property. I had to buy everything in that property. Okay, when we just got the property, we had to buy dirt. Okay, you're gonna when you come tomorrow, you're gonna see there are places where it's just like dust. That was the whole thing. We had to buy dirt, we had to buy fertilizer, we had to buy grass, we had to buy everything to keep this property to get the property to a point. Let me see. Jojo is able to grow up as Jojo and not as a minority. Or exactly. Yes. Yes, Lior. Lior says Jojo is able to grow up as Jojo and not as a minority or a black child or a black woman. She can simply just be a child and one day a woman. Exactly. That's it, you know. So I want to create a space for you to see the alternative version of Africa, the Africa you have been sold, and the Africa that can be with just a little imagination. So the seat bet the cement seats, I didn't get any sponsors for the cement seats, but I did 3 of them. I think there are 2 more that I wanted to do, but there are 3 of them. And you know, it was just like cement and an idea, and you should see them. I'm gonna try to do a live out there today. You should see them. I saw them in the dark last night, and they look so good. They look so good. So I'm gonna show you what they look like now. Now they're finished. I haven't had I the cushions, the cushions and the seating, the seating cushions. I haven't made those yet. You know, probably in the future when I get a little, you know, better finances, I could do that. But yeah, but that's what I want you all to see. I want you to see that there is, you know, there is another Africa out there from what they're selling you, and you can navigate it, and you can live in it, and you can experience it, and you can bring your children to it, whether you're coming on vacation or whether you are you're repatriating, or whether you're looking for a new life, Tanzania is an opportunity. Tanzania is a tourist destination. I don't know why. I work in the tourism industry for so many years. And, the only time Zanzibar came up was for honeymoons, but you would never know that this place had so much to offer. You would never know that it had, all of the big game safaris. Oh, by the way, when y'all come, you need to take the safari. The family that went out on the safari, they came back, they can't stop talking about it. Mama Donna went to the safari and she saw a lion mating, all different kinds of stuff. And I have yet to be on safari. Can you imagine that? I haven't been on safari yet, um, but from what I'm hearing, is the best. When I go, I want to go to uh the bush. I want to go for like 2 or 3 days. I want to spend some time, and I want to go. The guide says Ngorongoro is the best place to go, right? Hey, Rashid, how are you? Yes. Hey, Miss Swan. Yes, Miss Swan. How you like it? How you liking it, Swan? Yeah, so when you come, that's what I want. I want people to hold up this vision of Africa in their mind as somewhere viable for your vacation. Forget Paris. Stop going to Paris. Stop spending your money to go see the Eiffel Tower. Good God, it's just scrap metal. It's just a big old pile of scrap metal. Stop going to Paris. Stop going to Germany. Stop going to these places. Spend your money with Africa. Spend your money with Africans, right? Spend your money with the diaspora who's trying to make it in Africa. You want to buy something, look to see if you can buy it in Africa first, right? Because every industry is here, but we don't know. We don't know that. We're not being exposed to that, and that's what I'm going to start working on once I get the house to where I want it to be. I'm going to start working on exposing more of Africa, because there is investment opportunities here. Whatever it is that you're looking to do, whatever it is, there a bird just went by the window. I'm sitting next to a window, so this is right outside the house. So this is where I'm sitting. Ah, there he is. Did y'all see the bird? He came to see what I was stop flying by here. He came to visit. Yes, Swan. So Swan came. She came, I think, September or October to see. She came with her husband just to see, to see what we were talking about, to see if this was for real. And they came and ah hold on. They came and they loved it. And then she came back. Right? She came back with her husband, her son, her grandson, and and they're living here, and they're having the best life here. Okay, so this is, she says, it's the best decision she's ever made to live on the continent. If you're going to make money or spend money, spend it here. If you're looking to make money, you can make it here. There is no reason why we should be spending all of our time and our energy and our effort with people who hate us, with people who want to see us destroyed, people who want to see the worst for us. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We can spend our money with Africans. If we're going to have some problems, let's have our problems with Africans. If we're going to build something, let's build it with Africans. Forget them in their Western world. So let me see. What else do I have? Okay, so those of you coming with children, be sure to bring your bathing suits and beach toys. Okay, so it may be a low tide day, but if it is low tide, you can have some fun. There is an outside bathroom for changing, for washing off. The location is Ras Kilimoni. We do not have it on the map, but I'm going to put it right here in this chat so that if you have to give it to an Uber driver, right, you just follow the balloons. So Ras Kilimoni, okay? And from there, like we're the very first property on Raskilamoni. So let me put it here. So it's on Bolt. So if you put Raskilamoni and they go down Raskilamoni, go just straight to the end, and you'll see the big old blue peacock gates. You cannot miss it. Okay. What else? RSVP, I mentioned that before. Bring a dish or something to share for children. I want pizzas for the children. So yes, Miss Swan, I would like to have pizzas for the children. I know people have vegetarian and they have dietary restrictions. I think pizza is safe enough. I don't want to get like hot dogs and mystery meat. A lot of the people who are coming here who are repatriating, they have they have you know, dismantled the entire American dietary system a long time ago. They don't. A lot of people don't eat that dairy. They don't unless it's on a pizza. Um, they don't eat chicken. They don't eat beef. They don't. They have a lot of dietary restrictions. So I want to make sure that at least we have pizza for the children. So if you're coming, pizza is a good idea. Vegetarian pizza, no meat. Let's see. Bring a dish to share. And we haven't gotten any drinks yet. Don't judge me. We got grand opening tomorrow and got a bottle of water, but it's okay. You know how Renee do. Renee don't got it till she do. Okay. Hey, Mama Joan, how are you? Good morning. Yes, so you know how I do. I ain't got it, and then I do. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we ain't had no pots, right? We had a stove, but no pots. But we have pots and stoves now. So I mean, we don't have weeks, but yeah. Let me see. And the raffle tickets. So get your raffle tickets. Go to starlinesales.com. Let's see. Bring games. If you have dominoes, bring some domino. Um, let me see. I should write that better. Let me write it better. Let me write it with the hypertext markup. Yes. Colon // Yeah. Miss Swan, are you there? If you're still here, share with us, where do you RSVP? You RSVP here. Let me show you. But I'm gonna make a list. I'm gonna print the list out. Okay. The very first button on here is where you RSVP through. Okay. I'm gonna make a name list. Okay. The security will be at the gate, and so will Jackson. So so Jackson will be there to eyeball and make sure that the people who are coming in, are on the list. But he knows everybody. Let's see. Yes, Miss Swan. So, Miss Swan, do you have anything to tell the people who are on the fence, looking to come? Wish they had. They haven't made a decision yet. Do you have anything that you want to share for them? Because for me, it's like, I talk about it all the time, but I think it's important for people to hear from other people's perspective. There is, the mom who won the raffle, she's there. So I'm going to talk to her about her experience. She just got back on safari. We had another family that was there. They checked out yesterday, but I was out and about trying to get everything going. So we've been having a pretty good June. Yes, thank you, Miss Joan. Yes, so Juneteenth is very significant. It's extremely significant. I don't think our forefathers got freedom so they could stay in American bondage. I don't think so. I think our forefathers got freedom. Where's your button, me? I think. Okay, Review. Hey, Review, where you been? Where have you been? Come, I'm gonna choke you. You're my ride or die. You're my friendy. Come on. Come send me an email, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. I thought you left me out here to drown. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think our ancestors got freedom on Juneteenth to leave us in America to suffer. I don't think in bondage. I don't think so. I think they wanted us to live our best life and our best quality of life. And Africa is not strange to us. It's a part of us. It's a part of our identity. It feels good when, you know, even when the teachers are black, it feels good that I'm communicating to another black woman who has worked hard to get to where she is. When if the police is black, it feels good to know that I'm talking to someone else who have worked hard to get to where they are. And they, and when I look at these African people, do you know what I see? I see what my life would have been like if we weren't interrupted by slavery. So I see dignified women. I see respectful men. I see people with plans. I see people with businesses. I see people with ideas able to execute them, getting out of their own way, right? What would our lives be like if we, excuse me, if we didn't have to deal with the monkey foolishness of racism and oppression and depression and that inward trauma and drama put out in less than a year, where my ethics are, right? You can see that I'm a workaholic. I am a working horse. If you tell me to do it, I'll do it. If you give me something to do, I'll do it. If you gave me the money and said, Renee, do it, I did it, right? I stand by my work ethic. Okay. So can you imagine me in America with all those years putting out that quality of work, that quality of efficiency? When I was working, my work day started on a Sunday because most people hate Mondays and I hated Mondays too. So I started working on a Sunday. I work Sunday, finish my work. When I go to work on Monday, I'm ahead of the game. Okay, I don't have to call nobody. I don't have to complain about anything. Meanwhile, everybody else is behind. I work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm done. Okay, you can't get me to do nothing no Friday because I have worked. I got up before daylight. I get up at 4 a.m. and I do everything before everybody else wakes up because the kind of work that I was doing was very arduous. Okay, and I had to pay attention to what I was doing. If I was editing a film, even worse. I would get up at like 2 a.m. So I would have from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. 5-hour block of time that I could edit, that I didn't have to talk to anybody. I didn't have to see anybody. I didn't have to deal with anybody. I could just work. The phone isn't ringing. No one is calling me. And if you look in your emails, that's the time I still communicate with you. So imagine me still having that same kind of work ethic in America and not getting promotions, not getting raises, not getting the kind of things that I needed to progress myself as a person, to not being recognized and not, and being undermined and being abused at every beck and turn. No, that was, who wants to live like that? Not me. And I don't think you want to live like that either. So you have an idea of the kind of work that I put out. Whether I'm working on a project or a film, that's the kind of work I put out. And this house is just a tangible form of what I do for a living. Okay, whether I'm working on an app or I'm working whatever it is I'm working on, technology wise or film wise, you have an idea now. You can see a tangible reflection of the kind of work that Renee puts out. And I was working like that in America for years and not getting anywhere. Okay, so that should give you a concept of what you need to do. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Let's see. So Miss One answered the question. She says, Tanzania answers a lot of what the diaspora needs, which is peace and minimal stress environment. Yup. The diet alone is medicine for the body, and coming from the West indefinitely, yeah, it's definitely what we need. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just the food here, the food the environment, the people, it heals a lot of that trauma, that unspoken trauma that you can't put your finger on, or you can't say, well, this is what's wrong, or this is where it hurts, but it's the whole environment in America where you feel like everything is set up to abuse you or take advantage of you. It's the whole environment. It's not just one thing. It's not just the school. It's systematic. It's not just a school. It's not just the hospital. It's not just the police. It's not just those things. It is the whole thing, designed specifically to undermine and abuse Black people. And I refuse to live as anybody's inferior on this planet. I am nobody's inferior. I am not beneath you. I will never cow to you. I'll never look to you as my superior. That will never happen in this life, the last life, or the next life. And I couldn't live in an environment that consistently seeks to undermine you and makes you feel like you don't matter and you don't count and you're not good enough because you're Black. Okay? Yeah, I'm not gonna live like that. Okay. Okay. All right, review site. I look forward to your email. Okay, Swan says she got fruit and vegetables right in your yard. Absolutely. There you go. Right? Pesticide free, pesticide free, all this kind of stuff. You don't need, like, all the food that you're ingesting. The food is bad for you. The police is bad for you. The doctors are bad for you. Why do we want to live like that? Why would you offer that to your children? It's one thing that what's wrong. It's another thing to put the wheels in motion, to take the action to fix it. Okay? You are going to have to get out of your own way. If this is something that you want to do, you're going to have to actively and proactively get up every day and make a plan towards that goal. Because this year is going to be the same as last year. And I promise you, next year is going to be the same as this year. If you sit there with the monkey foolishness, just grinding you down over and over. Yup. Okay. Yes. So Juneteenth, y'all, our ancestors did not give us freedom so that we can sit in America in bondage. That is the message. Okay. All right. Yeah. Lior says, yeah. And that's what I want for Jojo. So we're all living in Jojo's version of reality, right? Anybody who comes here, you're living Jojo's reality, because I refuse to raise a Black child in that country. I refuse to raise her in a place where the teachers will make her feel undignified, will make her feel like she doesn't matter, will make her feel like she's crazy because she asks questions that make you think. Right? The other day she asked me, Mommy, how did God make the stars to shine? And I was like, oh, you're one of those people. You want to know big stuff. Okay. Yeah, she asked, how did God make that? Okay. All right. Let me see. I'm going to write it here. But speaking of which, also in the community section, I also added the Amazon wish list. So I added the Amazon list. So anyone who's coming, or if you'd like to purchase something and you want to, connect with somebody who is coming, please communicate with me and let me know. Let me see. Let me put the title of the book. Give me a second. Okay. How to identify them and what you should do. It's a woman. The cover is a woman wearing a mask. Oh, uh-oh. I hear a horn at my gate. It sounds like Jackson's here. What you should do. Okay. So it's a long title. How to identify them and what you should do. The narcissist decipher. How to identify them and what you should do. Because it's one thing to say, I know I'm living with a narcissist, or I know I've been subjected to narcissistic abuse, or I know I am narcissistic supply. But what you should do and how you should do it is that's the difference with this book, is that it gives you a step-by-step layout of how the narcissist thinks and how you should react and behave in certain circumstances, because their behavior, their pattern of behavior is textbook. Okay, so it's not like, so maybe he's a narcissist or he's a little, no, that person is a narcissist. Okay, it's black. There's no black and white. But once you can see that it's black, you have to take a specific course of action towards that. So I break down everything. I went into Donald Trump. I went into this is in 2017 or 2016. I went into Donald Trump as a narcissist. I was one of the only writers who were writing about his mental state and writing about his narcissistic patterns of behavior. And then, so that was 2016. Yeah, because now you can see his pattern of behavior. I talked about the culture and society, American culture and American society on a whole. So you have a better context of how you're shaped culturally to accept certain types of behavior or certain types of abuse that lowers your threshold to be more susceptible to things, right? So I discuss those things in the book. So anywho, our location, Ras Kilimoni, time, 3 p.m. Don't say I didn't tell you the time. Raffle, you could buy Starline sales. We're going to have a bounce house, I hope. But I'm going to go find the bounce house now. We're going to, in low tide, you can go out to the beach. So make sure that you bring your sunscreen, your bathing suit, Okay, review. I'll go ahead and I'll read that now. But it's almost 10:30, and this is Friday. I did get my hair redid, but other than that, I have a whole bunch of stuff to get through. So this is what you should do. Go to Starline sale. Let me just put it here. Starline sale, you're able to go ahead and purchase the raffle ticket. And let me put it here for the RSVP. And for those of you who are, you're not going to be RSVPing anything, and you're like, well, Renee knows me. Well, Renee won't be at the gate. So send me a text. Okay. If you're not going to RSVP, just send me a text so that I can at least put it on the list so we know who is coming. The kind of food that I've ordered so far is Jamaican fare, like curry goat and rice and peas. And I had a vegetarian dish and some like barbecue jerk chicken or something like that. But I'm also ordering some fish. And we need some pizzas for the kids. So if you're gonna come, bring pizza and salad. Pizza, salad. What else do we need? And if you want to bring some drinks, go ahead and bring some drinks. I mean, bring whatever makes you fancy. It's a celebration. It's Juneteenth. Our ancestors were free on this day. This is the day. Tomorrow, Juneteenth, was the last day of slavery in the United States, and it's a very, very powerful day for Johanna and I. Without saying much, something really terrible happened last year that I caught on film, and for 1 year later to be able to say this is us 1 year later, because of the decisions I made to protect her, is just like, whoa. Whoa. So for me, it's a very, very important and a very significant day that it happened on Juneteenth. that those issues were resolved on Juneteenth of 2020, and look at us 1 year later, 2021, doing this grand opening. So the date is important. Everything is important. I just got me a little cash app. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Yes, so those of you who are coming, still make your reservations. Those of you who are here, make a reservation. Come and spend the night, see what it feels like to wake up there. It's like pure magic. Um, but tomorrow, I will not be doing tours inside the house. We have families with children in there. And I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think I would feel comfortable if if I had paid some money and then had strangers trucking in and out, in and out. Yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing, but the house is open enough that you can see pretty much everything, right? But I don't think we're gonna be doing guests in the house for those reasons, for the comfort of the guests who paid to be there. And if people are in the rooms, you're not going to see the work I put into the rooms. You hear the birds talking back to me? The birds are cussing me out. Like, you've been at it long enough now. Thank you, Miss One. Let's see. Let me see what else. Yes, Lyra says, okay. My wife and I thank you every day. Oh, wow. Yep. My wife and I thank you every day when you told all of us last year to get out of the US before it's no longer possible. Governments are now not allowing people to travel. They aren't accepting all vaccines. Wow, Lior, I did not know that. Thank you. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you're the one of the people who ran. Yeah. Oh, Lior LP. Oh God. Yeah, but there are a lot of people who run. I saw it coming. I felt it coming. I'm like, you don't have to come to Tanzania. Just get on out, because and it's going to only get worse. They don't want people to travel, and they don't want people to come back, right? They don't want you to come back to the States. They want to scare you to stay there, to keep you in their matrix, to keep you in their environment that is only selling death, right? The food is poison. The water be poison. Everything poison. You go to the doctor, he's trying to poison you. Like, what kind of society is that? And nothing is wrong with a little capitalism, but you have to have a limit to say, okay, this doesn't look good. This doesn't feel good. This is not where we want our society to go. And that's what the United States is missing: a great country without a conscience. That's what the US is missing. It's a great country without a conscience. They need a conscience so that they have parameters to say, well, we're not going to feed our people this stuff. We're not going to feed our cows corn. Right? We're not going to, do this. We're not going to do that. So it's like, we're not going to do this in schools. We're not going to let schools be the biggest consumer of drugs. How can schools be the largest consumer of drugs? Oh, I know. They start by labeling your kid. And when they label your kid, they send your kid for psychiatric evaluation because they can control your kid, your little black kid with all that melanin. And then they put your kid from the school to the prison pipeline by getting him hooked on drugs. So when he leaves school, he's no longer on prescription drugs, he's on street drugs. Anyway, let me stop talking. I'm getting flashbacks. I don't want flashbacks. I want flash forward, y'all. Come through tomorrow. Let's celebrate Juneteenth. I'm gonna go get some things going. Those of you who are coming, send me a text, an email, something. Let me know you're coming if you have not yet RSVP'd, so I can have you on the list. Okay? But I will not be at the gate. I probably won't have my phone, but I want to make sure that everybody who wants to come comes, and it's getting through, and everything is going to be fine because we have good solid security tomorrow. Because we have children and we want to make sure we protect children in the space. Okay. All right. Love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. No, Magameni, I'm not in Desi. I'm in Bahari Beach. The location is Ras Kilimoni. I had it up here. Watch this. Let me see. We're not in Bezi. We're in Bahari Beach. So Bahari Beach is outside of Bezi, headed north. Okay? So we're on the way to Bagamoyo, but we're not in Bagamoyo. What am I saying? Yeah, we'll be on our way to Bagamoyo, probably about 5 minutes from Bezi, okay, and about 2 hours from Bagamoyo, but in that direction, okay? So just so you have an idea. All right, come on through, people. Come celebrate tomorrow. It's Juneteenth, right? We built this little rickety tickety house. We turned it into a palace of a representation for what Africa can be and what Africa could be and what Africa should be, okay, and how we can invest in Africa and make it into something for us, for real. All right, love y'all. Bye bye.